Hey, I'm Darcy, and this is my 2018 Inktober sketchbook tour. This was my third time attempting Inktober and my first time finishing Inktober. So I'm very proud of myself and very excited to share what I did and what I learned. So let's get started. Here I have my phone number blocked out. So here we have the opening pages full with the prompts and then, my name. And I wrote down some goals. The goal was to draw every day and to complete Inktober. As you can see, I did not draw every single day. There were some days where I did a bunch of prompts in a row because sometimes I was just too tired, I was working too much. And here you can see I've got these two dates circled. We have October 3rd, which we can't forget ever. And then October 10th is Naruto's birthday. So let's go. Oh, and this is a materials test page. This looks like a lot, and it is. For the most part, I didn't use Copic multiliners or my Sakura pens. For the most part, I stuck with the Fudenosuke and various washes, and of course the Uniball Signo. So, day one is poison. For the first day, I started off very basic with a vial of poison. I was definitely influenced by the vial of poison or potion that Hades has his two little gremlins feed to baby Hercules in the Disney movie. Definitely inspired by that. Day two is Tranquil. This one came pretty easily to me, and I definitely surprised myself by doing this whole scene. So rainy day, comfy socks, comfy sweater, and books, and a furry friend is my idea of a good time. Day three was Full Metal Alchemist Day. So of course, for the prompt Roasted, I did the house burning, and then Ed and Al standing there, their silhouettes, and Don't Forget. Day four is Spell, and I'm very flattered because the camera is picking up the face, which seems like a good thing, so awesome. So Spell, I drew a witch casting a spell. It's not as good as it could be, I suppose. It's a little stiff and a little weird, but, we learn. Day five was one of my favorite prompts, which was chicken. I love chickens. I think they're so cute. Someday, when I'm a real adult, I would like to have chickens. So here's some lovely ladies. Day six was drooling. I was inspired by my dog Casey, who drools when it's time for dinner. This is not her, but it's a dog that I searched up on Google. Day seven was Exhausted, which I was long before Inktober was done. So here we have Team 7 on day 7, nice, having a little sleep. Precious children. Day 8 was Star, and this ended up being one of my favorites. I don't know. I don't know if it's hard to say what the scene is, but there's definitely a story here, and I would love to redraw this as a big full piece with watercolor and with colors as well. Primarily like blue and gold and white. So day 9 is a little bit similar. It's another space girl. I mean, what can I say? I love girls, I love space. So day 9 was Precious, and she looks to be holding, you know, she's keeping something close to her heart. It could be, you know, it could be a, you know, physical thing or theoretical thing. That's probably what it is. I love how her hair turned out. The white turned out good. Day 10, it was Naruto's birthday. I had so much trouble with the prompt for this one because flowing, I thought of chakra, I thought of the Rasengan. You can't really see it, but there are a bunch of really faded pencil marks from, you know, all these ideas that I had, but I could not make them work. So in the end, the flowing is his headband. I think I would like to go back and maybe make his skin dark, you know, a little darker with a light wash. It just looks a little too empty. Day 11 is Cruel. This is the White House. The prompt was Cruel. And that's that on that. Day 12, by far my favorite. It was Whale, and so I did a space whale. It was definitely inspired by that one episode of Doctor Who during Matt Smith's run. I think it was maybe the second episode actually. The city that was on the whale going through space. Anyway, love this one. Day 13, Guarded. So Guarded made me think of like a forest spirit, a guardian of the forest. So here we have a stag protecting or guarding a doe and a fawn. Day 14 was Clock, and the idea for this one was a time witch. I had a lot of problems with this one, especially coming up with something, and then there's a lot of negative space here. I definitely would like to try doing this one with better poses, better scenery maybe. But yeah. Day 15 was Weak. So here I have, should I zoom in? So here I have a little newbie witch struggling to hoist her cauldron. Someone please help her. Day 16 was Angular. And so the prompt made me think of anglerfish, so I drew an angular anglerfish. Yeah. I love this black here. This is the P.H. Martin's Black Star Matte ink, and it's so good. Just so nice and uniform for the most part. Day 17, Swollen. So this one definitely tells a story. So it's November 1st, and this girl is in the dentist office because she ate too much Halloween candy and she developed a cavity overnight. I like the sweater. And floss, it's great. Day 18, Bottle. I think I liked the cropped version that I put on Instagram better. This cauldron is kind of unnecessary. But here's a little witch, and she just brewed a potion in a bottle, and she's very pleased with herself, I think. Day 19, Scorched. You know I had to draw my boy Zuko. This was originally going to be a scene with some firebending, but it never really happened. But that's okay. Day 20, Breakable. So, whoops. So this one didn't really turn out how I originally intended it. The figure was going to be black and the background was going to be white, but I kind of forgot what I was doing, I guess. So But breakable just made me think of humans and our hearts. So, pretty basic. Day 20 was drain, and I thought of being drained of energy, basically, which I was definitely feeling. This turned out good. I like how slouchy it is and how grumpy she looks. Let's say she's a witch too. Maybe she is. Day 22, expensive. So, this was definitely inspired by kind of Cruella de Vil. She's kind of always what I think of when I hear expensive. The fur coats and the weird cigarette thing. Day 23 was muddy. And so, I had to draw Queen Mud herself, Toph Beifong. I'm quite pleased with how this turned out. I just like the look of the mud on her clothing and stuff like that. And the pose and how casual, and it's pretty loose. It's not too stiff, which I tend to have a problem with. So, very good. 10 out of 10 would Toph Beifong again. So, day 24, I had a little bit of trouble with coming up with a design, a theme. But in the end, it made me think of like axe murderers and horror movies. So here we have, maybe she's the axe killer. Or maybe she's, I think maybe either she's the killer or she's defending herself against the killer of this pretend thriller movie. But very ominous. There was a lot of bleed through, which is unfortunate, but sometimes it happens, so we just went ahead and we skipped a page. Day 25 was prickly, and while my first thought was to do a cactus, a lot of people were doing cactuses, so I decided to draw a cute little hedgehog. What a cute little boy. Day 26 is stretch, so I drew my dog stretching. This is Ari. She's much darker than this. She's actually black, but I didn't want to lose like her features by coloring her black, so she's gray. What a good girl. Day 27, thunder. So, you hear thunder and you think of lightning, but I also thought of Thor, the god of thunder. And I'm pretty pleased with how this turned out. That my other attempts at drawing Thor and Chris Hemsworth haven't worked too well in the past, but I really buckled down and tried to do it. And this is kind of my first real attempt at drawing lightning, and I'm quite pleased with how it turned out. Background could maybe use a bit of work. Day 28 is gift. So, my original thought was to just draw, a wrapped present or somebody opening a present, but that's not too exciting, kind of basic, really. So I drew a cat leaving a present at its master's doormat. Originally I was going to go for kind of a fisheye look, but it didn't really turn out. But that's okay. Maybe next time. We are almost to the end, so here is day 29, double. I am a Gemini, so I had to pay tribute to the Gemini thing. So here we have Gemini and kind of like a tribute to Janus, I don't remember if he's Greek or Roman. I can't remember. But the god that looks forwards and backwards, and Gemini all mixed in together. I really liked, a lot of these have, this gray background wash, and I am almost out. My pen is almost gone, so I need to buy another one. Day 30, Jolt. Again, Jolt made me think of lightning, and that made me think of Azula. She's up to no good, probably. But I am pretty satisfied with how she turned out. And if she was facing the other direction, maybe she could be a companion piece to the Zuko. And last but not least, day 31, which was Slice. This is kind of a tribute to the Castlevania on Netflix. Season 2 came out in October, I think the 26th. So I had been watching that, and, you know, I'm a little obsessed with it. So I drew Alucard, shirtless, of course, to show off the slice that his own father gave him. Oh, Alucard. And once again, I really just have to talk about how beautiful this black ink is. This is 2 coats to get it the nice, even coverage, but gosh, I love this ink so much. And that's the end. So, thank you for, you know, watching this, and to everyone who supported me during Inktober, everyone who liked the art when I posted it. I will have another sketchbook tour coming soon. I finished the sketchbook I had been working on October 1st, but I was busy with Inktober, so I didn't want to film a sketchbook tour of that one. So that one will be coming up next. Once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.